to listen to a pretty alright podcast about wrestling, do ya?
Well, the natural lad, Jeff Swag, has said time and time again that there's only one podcast that's the most decent and the most all-rightest in the industry today.
And that's... It's the Game Rage Wrestling Podcast. Oh yeah, we're back again for another episode, Game Rage Wrestling. I'm Josh.
Doing it back to back.
Yeah, back to back. Even though this will come out like a couple days later.
True.
But whatever. We just did the Bash in Berlin review, so I'm sure you listened to that before you listen to this. So, anyways, this one's probably going to be short, but we mentioned it on that last episode about the disrespect of the title. Or the demeaning of the title, I guess you could say.
Absolutely, man. Cody Rhodes has diminished the WWE Universal title to the point that I don't even give a shit about it.
Yeah.
Especially with the last match with Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes being featured at Bash in Berlin. What a disgusting match. I mean, whatever. They needed a filler match to fill out the card and shit.
Nah, it would have just been better to leave it off. Anyways, we'll get into that in a second. But before we do, if you want to listen to all our shit, go to GameRageMagazine.com. You can follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine, Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag, YouTube, Game Rage Magazine. Additionally, if you like music, go listen to Adam, All Gas No Trash music podcast. And then if you want to follow him on Instagram at All Gas No Trash Official. Additionally, if you like the animes and the mangas, you can go listen to the Anime Syndicate Podcast. Jesus Christ, I forgot the name of it for a second. The Anime Syndicate
Man,
Podcast.
you've been saying it all night.
Yeah, I know. I've said it so many times that my brain's like, no, you can't remember what that's called. Additionally, you can follow Frank at anime_syndicate_podcast. Also, if you like fucking Star Wars, go listen to Game Rage Star Wars. Or, speaking of Star Wars, we're reviewing a Darth Vader comic on Panel to Panel right now. So go listen to that.
A very bitchin' Star Wars comic about Vader.
Super bitchin'. Also, if you like tabletop gaming like D&D and shit like that, go listen to A Slice of Dice, but do me a favor, don't listen to the first episode, all right? Because it was just rolling characters. Everybody fucking, it's got like almost 1,000 downloads, and then no one goes to listen to the next ones because they think we suck, but we didn't play the fucking game, all right? Just give me you gotta give us a shot. I don't have that queued up, but anyways, all right, so that's the end of the plugs. Now let's get into the main subject here. Cody Rhodes has diminished the title. I fucking hate Cody Rhodes. I hate him so much. Those of you who listen regularly, you know this, all right? He has taken a title that was the most prestigious title in the land.
In the company.
Not in just the company, in the world, I would say.
Yeah.
And now he has made it, it's basically like the cruiserweight title at this point. Like, who gives a shit?
Yeah.
I'm so fucking offended.
Yeah, it's the shitty Cody cutters. It's, I'm still champion because my opponent's too fucking nice. Like, what the fuck is that, dude?
I made my opponent nicer. Fucking idiot,
I didn't lose because somebody didn't take advantage of my fucking leg. Like, what the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's terrible. That's horrific. And also, what doesn't help is putting that match to open the goddamn show. To open a pay-per-view or a PLE or a Raw or any fucking show with a world, your supposedly main title, to open a show with that is completely demeaning, disrespectful to the title itself.
I also want to add that Cody Rhodes is not solely the reason to, he is champion, but there are external reasons why I think his title reign has been diminished. And I think a contributing factor is that SmackDown fucking refuses to move on from the Bloodline bullshit. And I've had it, man. I've had it with the Bloodline. I don't need the Temu version. Like, we don't need it anymore. Yeah. I know they brought in Jacob Fatu and the other Loas or Tangaloa and Tamatanga. But man, that shit is falling flat for me. And I think a lot of people are at the point that this needs to be wrapped up by Survivor Series because this shit can't keep going.
No, yeah, this needs to be done. We need to move on from this. And do something else.
So it's not solely Cody Rhodes
No.
that is diminishing the title, but it's one of the reasons why.
Yeah, I mean, he is. Don't get me wrong. It is mainly his fault, but there are other contributing factors that are out of his control. They have done main titles opening a show before, but there was a reason behind it. There was, we're starting off the show with a main title defense because this guy's going to defend the title later tonight in the main event or something to that effect, right? Or the title's going to be defended 2 or 3 times this night. That's okay. That doesn't diminish it. I don't think this fucking should have went on first. It should have went. It shouldn't. It definitely. I get it. As I said in the last episode, it shouldn't have been on last. But it shouldn't have gone on fucking first. And that's just typical of
the last 3 or 4 months.
Yeah, and there have been times before where the title, like not just the world main title, but title belts in general, have been sort of demeaned or have been, their value has been lowered. And one of the examples that I recall was when Hornswoggle won the Cruiserweight Championship. All right, now, he actually fucking fought at the end of a match. Like, he fought a wrestling match against full-size dudes. Now, nothing against Hornswoggle, all right? But you can't expect me to suspend my disbelief to believe that Hornswoggle, a midget wrestler, is going to take on a dude who's fucking 6 foot or whatever, right? Or take on an actual guy and win. There's no fucking way. So that happened. And then what happened shortly after that was they then retired the Cruiserweight Championship because they were like, shit. Like, we can't really do anything with this. Like, or what are we going to have them defend it? Like, what the fuck are we going to do? So they demean the meaning of it completely, demean any prestige, anything that has to do with the title. They make it a mean title, and then they fucking get rid of it. An example that people have been telling me about that I don't agree with is when China won the Intercontinental Championship. A woman won, blah, blah, blah. Okay, here's the deal. If any woman would be of the likelihood to win a match against a dude, it would be China, all right? She would be the one that I would think could whoop a dude's ass, and believably, possibly so. So I don't think that instance is an example of demeaning a title or what have you. A great example of not only demeaning a title, but essentially demeaning the whole culture of an entire company is we talked about it a little bit earlier, is when Paul Heyman took over ECW and wanted to change it from Eastern Championship Wrestling to Extreme Championship Wrestling, had Shane Douglas win the belt and then throw it in the fucking trash, basically, and say, Eastern Championship Wrestling, this is bullshit, this is old, this is garbage, we're going with the fucking new times. And that promo he cut was amazing. And that was an example of when disrespecting a title fucking works. That worked. That made this new Extreme Championship Wrestling title belt worth more than what that shitty Eastern Championship belt was.
Yeah. What about the title being passed around in the NWO?
Yeah, that's a great example. Things just being passed around amongst people. Okay, an example of in the 90s, granted, the European Championship.
Triple H and
Shawn Michaels. Their own version of the finger poke of doom, right? Now, granted, that was funny and it worked in the storyline, but it completely diminished the meaning of the title. Because Shawn Michaels had it, Sergeant Slaughter fucking hated them both, so he wanted to make them, because they're in DX and they're buddies together, and he wanted to make them fucking fight, so he made them fight in a match on Raw that Shawn Michaels had to defend the title. So he fucking just lays down, and then Triple H does this fucking shit where he
running
runs
the ropes.
Yeah, runs the
like
ropes.
A dickhead.
And then he just lays on him and then wins. And then they both get up and celebrate. Like, it was hilarious. But the title means nothing at that point. It doesn't mean shit. And to do that same thing in like the NWO or whatever, they're just passing shit around. It just makes it meaningless. It doesn't mean shit.
Yeah, I mean,
giving the title to fucking David Arquette.
Yeah, or Vince Russo.
Or Vince Russo winning the title. That belt no longer means anything. And that's when you lose people in terms of, I'm supposed to think that this is the most prestigious thing in the land. This is the pinnacle of your industry, is to be the world heavyweight champion, right?
Or that you can earn it yourself, and it's not because of politicking or because you're in a position of power.
Yeah. And that sucks to see that happen. And again, it's happened everywhere. I mean, there's, and also, I think passing around the title, not just to guys within your stable, but I think the title changing hands too often also diminishes the title. Like there was a time period back in the mid 2010s when that the red WWE fucking title was getting passed around like every other month. Every month somebody was winning the title. It was a new guy.
Wait, when was this?
It's like the mid 2010s, like 2015, like that, like somewhere in that area. I don't remember what year exactly it was.
Yeah.
But there was a period where it was like, it was going to like, Kevin Owens had it for a month. Then Finn Balor had it for a month. Then fucking Alberto Del Rio had it for a month.
Yeah, but some of those guys were getting, you're talking about the 2010s, right?
Somewhere in that area. I don't remember exactly what year it was, but there was like a time frame where like...
Are you talking about when the Universal title came into the picture, like when it was red?
I feel like, I don't know if that was when it first came out or if it was just when it was around, because it was on Raw, I think at the time.
Yeah, because Finn Balor got injured.
Yeah, he got injured. But then, like, that's the thing. But again, it still kind of demeans the title. Even if it's all due to injuries, the title's getting passed around. Because then it's like, well, you're supposed to be the top guy. Oh, but everybody gets hurt. Everybody's the top guy gets hurt all the time. Like, come on.
Yeah.
So again, even if you're doing it in storyline or if you're doing it just because they actually did get hurt, it still fucking hurts the title.
I would disagree and say I don't think it, because in the 2000s and even perhaps the early 90s, I mean, there was a couple people that were, several people, if not maybe even a dozen people that were in the main event title picture, that the possibility of anybody winning it made everybody look good because everybody was competitive for the title itself. So it's like multiple stars were created because of feuds. Like Mankind eventually becoming champion was cool, but I mean, did he hold it all for all that long? No, but I mean, it made him a main event. Well, I don't think the title made him a main event, but it like a main event star, but it certainly helped him. And it passing around between Stone Cold Steve Austin, maybe The Undertaker, maybe Kane. I don't know. I think in certain circumstances, if it touches enough hands, it's like, oh shit, everybody's going after it. Like I don't know what the right chemistry is or what the right formula is to make it not look shitty. But in the 90s, like anybody could have fucking won it. Chris Jericho against fucking was it Stone Cold and
The Rock the same night? Yeah, he won the undisputed title. He was not expected to do that, right?
Yeah, like being
nobody
legitimized that way.
Yeah,
like that. In some cases, it works out that way.
Right, but prior to that, the people who had the belts on them had them for a long. Like it was Stone Cold and The Rock being the champ. Like they were both the champs going into this.
Yeah,
and Jericho was the third wheel guy, and that's why it was unexpected that he was gonna fucking win. But The Rock had the title belt for 4 months before that. Stone Cold had the title belt for fucking 6 months or a year. I don't know how long it was before that. So it's interesting to see that, if you have 5 guys as the title changes around 5 times throughout the year,
or 10 dudes, or I mean, if you're whatever your example, keep going.
Let's say it's five times the title changes hands. That's 10 guys that had a chance, like you know what I'm saying, that were in the mix or whatever. And you can make those 10 guys all seem like, oh shit, anybody could win this. Any one of these guys can win it. I think 5 times is that's like a reasonable number. I don't think it should be the same every year. I mean, look, Roman Reigns didn't drop the title for fucking 4 years or whatever, 3.5 years or whatever the fucking actual number was.
Yeah.
And that eventually started to get old though, and it was too much. Mm-hmm. So there's too little, there's too much, there's like a balance there of what's just right in terms of like swapping it around. And then I think, hey, you know what? maybe every once in a while. You have it flippity flop every once in a while. I don't know. But I just think that it's also, like in this climate that we're currently in, we just came off of a guy who held the title for 4 years, right?
That's the part that hurts, is that knowing Cody Rhodes was made that night and he's done nothing to convince us that this title fucking matters.
Right. And now anyone else getting it is just kind of like,
who gives a
who
shit?
gives a shit? What are you going to do that's different than fucking Cody Rhodes? Like, I don't necessarily. I think they should have took the strap off of him sooner than rather than later in terms of Cody Rhodes. And I don't know how long they're going to let him fucking keep going. I don't know if I honestly don't know if they think that he's doing well. Like, I don't know what their thoughts are. Like, if you think that Cody Rhodes is like doing a great job as being the champion, I don't know, man. I mean, sure, he brings in the kids. He's like John Cena 2.0, right? Everybody loves him. He's the nicest guy. Signs all the autographs and all that bullshit. He's got the look, but
it's the ring work, dude. Part of it's the ring work. That Cody Cutter doesn't. I mean, in one instance on Bash in Berlin, you see Kevin Owens like walking into the Cody Cutter, and you could see. I mean, obviously, like, if you have to create a move where you're bouncing off of the middle rope and then looking back to land it, like, there's so many things that have to go right for that fucking move, and it doesn't look right anytime.
No, it doesn't. It always looks like you're fucking it up.
Yeah.
And theoretically, you are always fucking it up.
So I don't know. He just needs to take that. I think he could start with taking that move out of his arsenal of moves. I think moving away from the bloodline altogether, like that, just SmackDown needs to go back to being good. I don't know how you do that, but making the whole roster seem important, and it doesn't seem that way. It seems like Cody Rhodes, bloodline.
That's it.
Kevin Owens and Randy Orton thrown into the mix to even out the numbers and shit, but that is largely what SmackDown has become, is that fucking thing, and it has dragged the fucking title in the mud, and I don't think it's for reasons external to Cody Rhodes. Like, this is where I possibly defend him in saying that this isn't all his fault.
Sure, yeah, and listen, I don't think Cody Rhodes becomes interesting until he turns heel. I'd give him a shot when he turns heel. I mean, SmackDown has the bloodline as like pretty much the only faction at this point. I kind of think they need to bring in some other fucking faction.
Yeah, or like, fucking bring like a Goldberg figure, somebody that goes undefeated. Yeah, that's just a bad, like basically what Braun Breaker is to Raw. Right. Give us another Braun Breaker in some other personality or character work. Do something different, but give us another badass so that like we can believe that this person's gonna interfere, or he wants his fucking shot at the title. But I don't even know if we're gonna get that anytime soon. I feel like they're intentionally tanking SmackDown to get people hyped up and ready for Raw on Netflix. Why would they do that? I mean, that would hurt both. Well, that would hurt them. Bottom line, their money. They don't know, because they already got paid. They already get paid. They got paid up front by Fox for the rights to this shit, and they already know they're not going to renew it because they're going to take it to Netflix. Well, SmackDown's on USA right now. Or that's what I meant, USA. Right now, well, it will be in September, but it's currently on Fox. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's going to be on USA because the deal's up, and USA took it to say, oh yeah, we'll take it till the end of the December. Period, yeah. Because, like I said, they're intentionally taking it to get people ready for fucking Raw Raw on Netflix, and then I think Netflix wants to buy SmackDown on fucking Netflix. That's what I think they want. So if you just say, fuck it, who cares? No one gives a shit about this. Cool. Oh, but it comes to Netflix and you rebrand it as like this new facelift or this whatever for SmackDown. Mm-hmm. Fuck, man. Let's put some old graphics back up. Let's make the intro, the fucking old original SmackDown intro with that fucking music. Yeah. Like, yeah, let's do that. And then let's bring back the fist fucking thing or whatever. I mean, fuck, even the 3 rings. Goddamn. I mean, that's how you get people hyped up for fucking SmackDown. And I don't even know if you need to change personnel. If you do that'll help drastically. So I don't know. I feel like that's what they're doing. They're just like, let's just, because why do you have nobody
developing on SmackDown right now. You don't have anybody developing. LA Knight, listen, man, whatever you want to say about him, he's old. His time has passed. All right. He's a US champ. Great. Right. But
you got Carmelo Hayes, who came from NXT, and Andrade, who came back from AEW.
Andrade, washed up.
Carmelo Hayes.
Unproven.
They feuded with one another, but is he like? It's already too soon for him to be.
He can't be in any title picture right now.
No. If anything, like the best thing he can go for is the US Championship, or be in the tag. Be in a tag team with somebody else, so that they could start building up the importance of the. That's the other fucking thing we forgot. The fucking goddamn tag titles.
Oh, yeah. Those mean nothing right now.
Dude.
Likely because there aren't enough tag teams to support a tag team division.
Yeah.
And I think maybe they need to just get rid of 2 titles and make it like the Undisputed Championship was back in the day, where like there was just the one and any brand could like compete for it. So I think that's what you do. And then the champion has to be on both shows, right? I think that's what you do. You fucking say, have some unification match, and then you say, that's it. There's just one champion. They're on both shows.
Yeah.
Anybody can fucking challenge him for it.
Yeah, dude. I mean, it would be great to see, prestige being built back into the championships for both respective brands for the tag titles. But man, give us like the oddball teams, like fucking Stone Cold and what's the bastard's name? Dude Love.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know if we can ever have that again, but give us like a weird tag team like Daniel Bryan and Kane, like weird shit like that.
Yeah.
The team ups of like people that you would see, like why are they even together? And then you give us a story of like why they're going after the tag titles.
Yeah.
Like make us care about it. Shit, dude. Like it's been such a travesty to see the tag titles not be featured on pay-per-views in like the last couple of months. So they need to do something about that. This Grayson Waller and Austin Theory shit,
garbage.
Don't care. I don't even know who. That's how bad it is.
Yeah.
I don't even know who the fucking tag team champions are right now. It might be Tommaso Ciampa and fucking.
Oh yeah, you might be right.
I don't know. I don't actually know if that's the case.
I don't know. Fuck, man, that's bad.
Yeah. So
we don't care. That's how much we don't care.
That's how literally we don't care about. The division.
We don't even know who the fuck's the champions. And I love tag team wrestling too.
I do too, man. But shit, we just don't have the tag. I don't think people care about tag team. It's like why would I settle for being less? Like why would I settle myself for being anything else than a singles competitor or whatever? But that's how like great shit happens too, man. Like you know, with Marty Jannetty and fucking Shawn Michaels.
Yeah.
Like, you create a feud within the tag team. You create 2 people that are possibly going to be main eventers out of them starting out as being Edge and Christian.
Yep. Same deal with them.
Jeff Hardy and fucking
Matt Hardy. Hell, they did it with Bubba Ray and Devon.
Mm-hmm.
So that's just what happens eventually, and it's fucking interesting. But anyways, I was gonna ask you. So NXT has No Mercy that happened yesterday. I didn't watch it. I don't know what happened.
I don't know what happened either.
But Joe Hendry is fighting for the fucking championship.
Oh, is he really?
Yes, supposedly is what I saw. Yeah, I know you do. So I was gonna say, should we watch that and then do an episode later in the week talking about that?
Just about that one thing?
Or I don't know. I'm gonna watch the whole thing just to see, and then if you feel like watching the whole thing, I'm just curious to see this ass that they put up at Bash at Berlin. What did NXT put up the next day? What did they throw up? And see. Oh shit! Maybe they were doing.
If it's better.
Yeah, maybe this propels us to start watching NXT and be more interested in that, since this main roster shit's kind of fucking. A lot of it's petering out.
Well, just Raw and NXT could potentially be.
Yeah, there you go. We just watch those and then not even give a fuck about SmackDown anymore.
Yeah. All right. Well, maybe we do that this week. So it's happening on NXT itself.
No, it's like a PLE. Like it's
Is it
NXT.
on?
Yeah,
Oh,
it was on.
wait.
It was yesterday. It was on Sunday.
Oh, so we missed it.
Yeah, it's on a replay on the fucking Peacock.
Oh, okay. I guess I'll watch it.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's do that.
Okay.
Anyways, all right. Well, do you have anything else to add for this episode?
No, I think we talked pretty at length about this subject. So, I mean, hopefully you guys enjoy it. I don't know what you guys think, but if you have any comments about titles being diminished by the people that represent the title or holding the title or other external factors, I mean, share whatever you think. I'm sure you're going to think we're stupid. So
listen, I think most people are going to think that Cody Rhodes is the greatest thing that's ever happened to the championship in fucking 20 years. Fucking marks. Anyways, if you want to listen to our other shit, Be a mark for that. Be a mark for Game Rage. What would be a Game Rage mark? Go to fucking GameRageMagazine.com. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok at Game Rage Magazine. Twitter/X at Game Rage Mag. YouTube, Game Rage Magazine. If you like music, go follow Adam at All Gas No Trash Official on Instagram. And go ahead and listen to All Gas No Trash podcast. If you enjoy anime and manga, you can listen to Frank over there at the Anime Syndicate podcast. And you can follow him on Instagram at anime_syndicate_podcast.
And stick your dick in a Slim Jim.
No, stick a Slim Jim in your dick.
No.
I mean, you can't really stick your dick in a Slim Jim unless you make like a pocket pussy made out of Slim Jims.
Yeah, possibly. Well, shit.
But then you're not putting it in it. Like, you're just fucking the outside of a Slim Jim.
All the weird chemicals and spices of
Hey, man,
weird.
Your dick might turn orange after that. Well, I mean, I guess mine already is kind of, but
Yeah,
you know.
I heard a fucking guy did that.
Fuck the Slim Jim?
He fucked the Slim Jim. He got macho badness and he died.
Dude. Well, listen, man, a lot of people can't handle the madness, all right? I mean, it is a fucking deadly disease. Anyways, hell yeah. All right, well, that's the end. Fuck off. Catch you on the next one. That was another wonderful, amazing, powerful episode of the Game Rage Wrestling Podcast. And take it from me, ladies and gentlemen, the natural lad, Jet Swag. If there's one podcast, one show you should be listening to, that you should be absolutely grateful for, it's the Game Rage Wrestling Podcast. And one of the things you can do to show your appreciation for all the hard work and dedication that these boys put out day in, day out, just for you people, it's that you can go and you can subscribe and you can like and follow them on the Instagram and the TikTok at Game Rage Magazine. You can also follow them and like them and subscribe to them on the old Twitter, which I don't know what it's called now, but who cares? It's at Game Rage Mag there. Additionally, if you feel the need to really show your appreciation, which you should, then go to their website at www.GameRageMagazine.com and show us some love. Show them some love. And show some love for the natural lad, Jet Swag.